Find somebody to hold you because this is going to be a rough video for everybody, especially Gears of War fans. Welcome to Video Game Leaks, everybody. That's what we covered. The good, the bad, the 4chan leaks, the tinfoil hat crazy speculation leaks. And we have a lot of stuff to unpack when it comes to Gears of War, the Remastered collection, which we have reported on multiple times with industry insiders talking about it, saying that it was coming, and now it looks like we're going the other direction. It probably wasn't the news you expected. It's probably not the news you want either, but we have to shoot straight here. For the last couple months, we've been talking about the possible revival of the Gears of War franchise with a remastered collection similar to the Master Chief Collection. Now, sources close to Xbox were saying the game was coming by the end of the year, would likely be announced at the Xbox Bethesda Showcase on June 12th, which is the day, it's today. This is the day we're making the video, after this showcase. But less than 24 hours before the showcase, sources came out and claimed the Gears of War Remastered Collection wasn't real and never was. So what changed? I mean, is it true that the collection was never real, or was it quietly canceled in development? So in this video, we're going to go over all the recent news about the status of the Gears of War Marcus Phoenix collection, and I'm going to try to ease everybody's expectations going forward. Hopefully, I don't bum you out too much, and it doesn't make sense to me because the way they did the Master Chief Collection, the way they do these remasters to hype them up for a new game on the next-gen platform, it all fell into place. Going back a few months, everybody, including me, was convinced Microsoft was working on this big remastered collection for one of their IPs. After all, the Master Chief Collection had proven to be a massive success in the long term. Several reboots and sequels to the major Microsoft IP currently in development. I mean, it seemed like a smart decision. It seemed like a no-brainer to give those franchises content, right? Microsoft has a history of releasing remastered games a year before a major franchise installment is released, so people can start digging. They can start getting some clarity on which Microsoft franchise was going to get the so-called MCC treatment. Now, initially, reports were coming out saying the Remastered Collection would either be Fable or Gears of War. We made a video on this. Both Fable Reboot and the Gears of War 6, well, they're currently in development and they're expected to launch over the next couple years. So a couple weeks went by, and then suddenly everybody was saying it was Gears. Gears was getting the Microsoft Master Chief Collection treatment, and Microsoft was going full speed ahead. The rumors were corroborated by trusted insider Nick Baker on the Xbox Era podcast. However, another trusted Xbox insider, Jez Corden, recently tweeted that a remastered Gears collection would not be shown off at the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase. He followed that up with another tweet, just driving nails in the coffin, flat out saying he doesn't believe the game exists. This was a huge turnaround, not a 180. This was a 360 from everything we have heard so far. We didn't just make this stuff up out of thin air. There were multiple sources, insiders, sites talking about this, making it all make sense. But when you look into what all the insiders have said, well, we actually might have a completely different piece of big news. But we're going to talk about that later on in the video, okay? Stick with me. So Nick Baker and Jez Corden are both very trusted insiders in the gaming industry. They've both proved themselves to be extremely reliable. They have good track records. It's not like either one of them to run with big news that doesn't have any actual backing. So how do we choose here? That's exactly why this situation is strange. I don't think I've ever seen two insiders contradict each other so drastically on a leak, and I think that's suspicious. I really think it's suspicious that it happened 24 hours before the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase, where the Gears collection was speculated and rumored to be appearing. So, we have possibilities. A couple of them. Maybe someone within Microsoft is sending out misleading info in order to ease people's expectations going into the future of the company. Or, perhaps, this was just a rumor that got out of control. Or what if Corden's info that the game wasn't going to be there is actually different from the news that the game isn't real? I'm not saying Corden is wrong. That's not my intention here. I'm just very suspicious of the timing of all this and how drastically it clashes with everything we've heard so far. But that brings us to a few other possibilities. Another possibility here is that Nick Baker's intel was bad all those months ago, and that Gears of War Remastered Collection truly never existed. The initial rumor that started this entire story arc was that Microsoft was working on a new remastered collection of one of their franchises. However, it's entirely possible that Nick Baker's intel was bad. It's entirely possible that Microsoft is actually working on a Fabled remastered collection and not a Gears. My point is that none of the insiders have denied that Microsoft was working on a remaster for one of their franchises. The only thing that's been denied is that they chose Gears for the project. So if you're a glasses half full type of person, I guess you could take this as a possible confirmation of a Fable Remastered collection. But if Jez Gordon ends up being the one with the more accurate intel, seems like we got excited for nothing. Another possibility. Maybe that Microsoft is working on a remaster collection for Forza, with the new game still being in development. We got Forza Motorsport revealed today. It looks amazing. We know that it's going to be coming spring of 2023, but with Jez Gordon shutting down the rumors of remastered Gears, I think it's entirely possible that we get a remastered Forza collection for the Xbox Series X. Forza has been one of Microsoft's system sellers for the last few years. I mean, the visuals, the addicting gameplay, it is one of their biggest franchises as well. If they want to sell a few extra Xbox consoles, just pop out a remastered Forza collection, easy boost in sales, and it gets you ready for Forza Motorsport, which is what they like to do. So, what do I think is the most likely outcome here? Well, being someone with no Xbox insiders, I can't give you a factual answer here, but I'm going to give you my breakdown for what it's worth. No matter what I think, we got answers without getting answers today because Gears of War was not shown off at the showcase. So, I don't know. With Gears 6 in development, likely launching next year, Microsoft is running out of time to release a remastered Gears collection and revive the community. Gears 5, it drove a lot of people away from the series, and a remastered collection would do amazing things to get those people back, but releasing the collection too close to Gear 6, that would eat into the latter's sales. Now, by spacing the two games out by a year, it would increase the potential audience. It would increase the odds that people would both buy the games and a new console. So, yeah, if the Gears Remastered collection does exist, it basically has to be shown off in June. It should have been shown off today. I mean, really, this would have been where it was happening. So I think that's the way I'm going to decide what I think is going to happen. It didn't happen today. We didn't see Gears. We didn't see a Fable Remastered. So as of the making of this video, I don't think either one of them's coming. And it's truly, truly, I think, a dropped ball. I really mean that. With what happened with Gears of 5, the fact that people go nuts when you talk about a Gears Remastered collection, I think this is a huge Microsoft ball dropped if it doesn't come. I mean, bright side of this, I guess, is if the Gears Remastered collection truly doesn't exist, you could probably brace yourself for a Fable or Forza collection in the near future, but then again, why would that not have been announced today as well? I mean, maybe they didn't want to eat into Forza Motorsport reveal, but then again, I don't know. Fortunately, if you're a Gears fan, you're going to have to sit and wait patiently for Gears 6. And you need to pray that the Coalition knows what they're doing this time. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry, guys. I just, this one didn't turn out how we wanted. I watched the entire showcase. I was so excited. I knew it was coming. And then it never did. We did get Starfield, though. So there's that. At least. I'll see you guys soon.